Well, I'm live this time. It's a funny thing. I was already on here and I had a box. This box had a customs declaration on it saying that it was a olive oil kit. This was from Chicago. This was sent to me by the Malt Muser, the artist formerly known as Rabbit in Red. We've been on live for 40 seconds now and we have no viewers. I was wondering why I didn't have any viewers before, and that's because I hadn't gone live. I forgot to hit that icon on the, it's been a while since I've gone live, okay? So I forgot that I had to hit the icon to the top right to make this thing work, but now it's working. Okay. So there was this box full of mostly peanuts. And within that box, there was a smaller box, this one here. And I already opened it and I already described what it was that I have, but I did not. There's Lockiness saying good evening. Good evening, Lockiness. Good evening. Yes, I had this box inside the box full of peanuts. And I brought out each one and I said what it was, but I was not recording. I was not live. So now I'm live after sipping on whiskey all afternoon. And this is a McAloney's Caledonian Invermelly, matured in European Muscatel Barrique. Lovely stuff. It's not old, but it's it's delicious. And we got another one. Donner Pass whiskey is here. Hi, Donner Pass, Slancheva, or should I say that this is a Canadian Scotch? So it's not a Scotch. It's not even a Scotch. It's Canadian whiskey. It's a Canadian single malt aged in French Muscatel barriques. What do we got here? Cheers at Donner Pass. Yes, and nice to see you live. Yeah, well, you got to do it sometimes. I haven't done it for a while, and I was at a loss this afternoon. Well, I got an email. Hold on. What's the email say? Oh, it's saying that I'm live. Isn't that great? Isn't that amazing? I got email telling me that I'm live. Great. I am live now. And there's Chris saying, good evening all. Good evening, Chris. Yeah. So basically, the gentleman who sent me this box of samples isn't on right now. I sent him a feeler earlier in the afternoon asking if he would want to go live with me to unbox this thing, but he didn't reply, so he's busy probably doing something else. Yeah, and good evening to Chris, says Loch Ness. And here we got, I am going on vacation next week. I am. I'm leaving on Thursday morning. So I thought I would get this open before I go. However, I will not be tasting any of the samples in this box until sometime in August. Starting in August and maybe going into September and October because there are 12 of them. I'll let you know what I have here. This is a Balcones, Texas single malt, 3 years old, European oak, 64% alcohol by volume. Binny's store pick. So that was Binny's. The box here was actually wrapped in a bag from Binny's. Yeah, something like, yeah, it's a Binny's bag anyway. I've never seen a Binny's bag, so it was kind of cool and kind of cute that he sent me this box, wrapped in a bag from Binny's. Okay, what else have we got here? We got a Cavalan single cask strength Muscatel Sherry, 55.6%. That's going to be interesting. I haven't had a Cavalan in years, mainly because of the high price for what you're getting. But yeah, why not? Oh, got 12 people watching. That's great. Good stuff. What's this? Laphroaig Carchus, 200th anniversary edition 2015 at 51.5% ABV. I had a 2014 Carchus, and I've had the 19 and 20, and now I have a 21-year-old, 21 Carchus. No, I don't have a 21 Carchus. The 21 Carchus will probably be coming out in fall, probably in November at the Spirits release, Premium Spirits release. Oh, we got Top Shelf Dustin here too. Oh Lord, I'm already drunk, Quid. You are? Great. I've had about 4 or 5 grams myself, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Next, okay, Loch Ness says, Food Quick, I just watched your review of Grant's 8-year-old sherry cask. I've seen it at the LCBO, but wasn't sure what to think. I might just pick one up now. You know, it's okay. It's a step or two above a regular Grant's sherry cask, but I only tried it for the sake of completeness. It's okay. It's good. But I don't think I would purchase it again. If I really wanted a cheap thrill, I would just go for a regular Grant's. Yeah. And what do we got here? That's my favorite Cavalan, period. Well, there you go. That's quite an endorsement. And this is that's this one here. The Muscatel Sherry cask strength. Okay. That's good to know. If it's got your endorsement, it's probably excellent. Okay, Donner Pass is saying hi to Dustin. Yeah, Dustin, good to have you with us. Donner Pass, have some samples from Eric Musa here too. May have to drink them with you. Well, I'm only going to drink them in the future. I'm just opening the box right now. I have a lot of other things to drink, but I'm going to do these as Sample Sunday videos when I get around to doing that. And that will be starting in August and later, because I'm going on vacation next week, and all of the videos that I have that are going up until August 1st have been recorded already and put up on YouTube, and they're going to go public as the time comes up for them. What we got here? I'm just sitting on the deck enjoying a cigar and a bottle kill of 1792 small batch. Oh, that's a good way to go. Yeah, that's excellent. I haven't had a cigar in many years. I stopped smoking. If I was to start, maybe I'd get into cigarettes again and enjoy. Improvement, no. Andy, would you ever consider a romantic relationship with Lisa? Would you ever date her? You guys have a lot in common. It's not entirely up to me. It's not entirely up to me. And I think Lisa has enough on her plate without having me on it too. She's a good friend. That's it. That's fine. It's all right. We have a lot of history in common. Yeah, she was a customer. She's been a customer of mine for years. And it's complicated. I like her. and she likes me, but we're not. No, I don't see it. Wasabi Cars. Fantastic to see you here. What a nice surprise. Daniel O'Grady. That's it. I remembered your name. Excellent. Fantastic. Great to have you with us. I will be watching. I've been getting behind on videos because I've been so busy the last 3 weeks. Everyone seems to think that there's a great big novelty in going places and doing things, and I've been doing that the whole time. I never did a lockdown. I kept working. I kept doing everything like I used to. I'm sorry, I have nothing to contribute to the talk, but we'll just enjoy it. Well, that's fine. That's fine, Dan. I don't mind. It's quite all right. Flick the cigarettes. No, I haven't had cigarettes. I quit 12 years ago. And I'm not going to start again. Here we go. Hey, man, says Hamilton Oliveira. Hey, Hamilton. Top Shelf doesn't. Wait, did Quig just imply he's a big dish? It's an implication. It was one of those Freudian slips. Hampton Estate single Jamaican rum. Single Jamaican rum? Okay. 46% alcohol by volume. What do we got here? Westward American single malt, 45% ABV from Portland, Oregon. So it's not Westland from Seattle, it's Westward from Portland. Okay, we got more comments going on here. Loch Ness seems like that would be good with a stogie. Remember it being floral and perfumey, so it could hold up to the smoke. Oh, okay. So he's talking about Loch Ness's cigar. And Wasabi Car says, hey again. And good to catch you live. Yeah, it happens sometimes on rare occasions, but here we go. Did you ever hear from Cindy? How's she doing? She's still on rabbits. Cindy, yeah, I talked to her on her birthday, which was on the 23rd of June. She was heading out to dinner or lunch on her scooter. She gave the rabbits away before she moved back to Alberta. She does not have rabbits anymore. She found a good home for them, apparently, and that's really nice. I kind of miss the critters at times, but yeah, Cindy and I are sort of like a little bit in contact, a little bit now and then. And she's getting on with her life. I'm getting on with mine. Let's see now. What else have we got here? All good. I did actually buy a car. Oh, you did? Maybe I saw that video. I'm not sure. I remember you were bidding on one at an auction. I'm going to have to check. on that. Okay, what do we got here? Donner Pass, having a Tweeddale Grain of Truth single grain. Never heard of that. Kind of odd. 50% malt, 50% wheat. Aged in bourbon, finished in Oloroso, 46%. NCF, NC, and cheap. No chill filtered, not colored, and cheap. I tried a Method and Madness single grain last night. Wow, was that intense. Really intense. So intense that it was hard to drink, but I didn't even add I should have added water to it. I mean, I even have the spoon right here. I could have added water to it, but I didn't do it. I figured out 46%, it should be okay. but it was intense flavors. Wow, some single grains. Now I don't know what grain it was. Was it unmalted barley? Could have been. I don't know for sure. It doesn't say, but it just says single grain. A great pairing indeed. Okay, the cigar and the 1792. Yeah. Okay. And do you remember Eden Bainbridge from Sarasota, Florida? She was also friends with Steve Keeter. Saw her on Facebook, and she is going through cirrhosis of the liver. Ooh, good. Oh no. I remember her. Yeah. Yeah, I remember her. Too bad. It's sad. Okay. Let's move on. What else have we got in this box here? Ardbeg Scorch committee release. Excellent. I have Ardbeg Scorch. I have 2 bottles of it, but I do not have the committee release. So this will be something special, I think, to try when I try the Ardbeg Scorch. And here we have Plantation Single Cask Rum. 12 years old, 48.6% alcohol by volume. 2009 Fiji Islands finish in Kilchoman. That should be interesting as well. Yes. And here we got one from Loch Ness. Quig's live shows are always great, kind of like books on tape. I don't have read all the comments because he does it for me. You don't have to read the comments. No, it's true that I do that. What's the next one? Kalila, 25-year-old. That's the oldest Kalila I believe I've ever had in my possession. At 43% alcohol by volume. That should be nice too. Some good stuff in there. Very good stuff. 12 people watching consistently. That's nice. Excuse me while I do what I often do on these shows. Ah. Okay. I'm coming back. I'm back. Oh, what else? Oh, we got some more people commenting. In Taxi Vlog, you were mentioning that girl who was rude and wouldn't let you help her with her bag. She then went home and didn't pay you. Had to call the police. Couldn't you press charges? Well, I didn't really have to because the policeman showed up and got the money for me. So I didn't have to press any charges. As long as I got paid, I'm happy. You know, the police took care of my problem. I wasn't going to press charges after I'd been paid. it was a little waste of time, yeah, and I don't usually do that, call the police, but it was a considerable amount. And so, yeah, I think it was worth it for me to do that. And that was the first time in years and years, probably in the first time in a couple decades where I got any help from the police. So thanks very much. Yeah, glad that's over. Sometimes you got some intense situations that happen, and that was one of them. Okay. SteamYard, I assume, is handling the comments. Looks very handy as you disappear behind the Great Wall. SteamYard. It's StreamYard. But okay, fine. Yeah, well, I disappeared behind the wall. I do that. That's called, I do a quig. And that's going off screen for a moment to either take a piss or get another glass of water or something like that. It's either a pee break or the pizza's ready. You know what? I stopped eating pizza. Pizza, the crust and all that, it's not good for my diabetes. So I stopped eating pizza, and I don't use the oven anymore when I am making videos, especially nosing whiskey. No, that's a big mistake. So I don't do that anymore. Damn, that smells good. All right. Pea break or pizza. No pizza. I replaced pizza with soup. Instead of getting a pizza, I take a can of soup, put it in a pan or in a pot. I heat up the soup, and then I pour it in a soup bowl, and I enjoy that for a meal. Once a week, I have a bowl of soup instead of a pizza. I changed that a little bit. Laughing out loud, okay. That was a live stream. You could say that, yes. Howdy, Food Quig. Loch Ness, Donner Pass Whiskey, Ben Demon Hunter. Nice to have you with us. Cheers. Okay, what else is going on here? Hey, Ben Demon Hunter is in the house. Yes. Okay. Yeah, nice to have Ben Demon Hunter joining us. Excellent. You're talking about how you can't wait to go into retirement. People's health goes downhill fast when they retire. Have you thought about continuing to work partially after retirement? Hell no. I'm not working a day longer than I absolutely have to, but my lifestyle is going to change considerably. I plan to get myself a small motorhome, and I plan to go to places where I can do things like hike and swim and so on and so on. And I plan to spend my summers or my winters in southern climates where it's warmer and you can be outside and enjoy doing things outside. So I don't think my health is going to go down that fast. I think perhaps it may even improve when I don't have to work anymore. I know my back will thank me because sitting in a taxi isn't good for the back. I go to a chiropractor every week just to keep things going and keep me able to do my job. When I don't have to work, I will have the freedom to travel and enjoy some things in life that I have been missing lately. It will be nice to not have to pay rent anymore. I will just have a little motorhome and go where I want. Travel a little bit at a time. When I find a place that's interesting, I'll stay there for a while. So, you may talk about people's health going downhill fast when they retire. That is a statistic. That doesn't mean that it's true for everyone who retires. Samples from Chicago must have been Eric. Yes, exactly, Ben. These are samples from Eric in Chicago. I sent him an email earlier, like early in the afternoon, if he'd want to go live with me, but I did not get a response, and I figured I'd open these now or open the box now and unbox these samples to be ready for when I get back from my trip to do sample Sundays. I'm looking forward to that. Donner Pass says, next pour, Whitlaw Highland Park. 5 years, scraped, recharged, sherry butt, 46%. It's young but fresh char gives it some oomph. Oh, so Whitlaw is a independent bottler, or another name for Highland Park. I don't never heard of it. It's a new one for me. And this one is Donner Pass saying hi to Ben and Improvement Gnome. Where are you going on vacation? I'm going home to Montreal. Gonna go visit my mother and sister, spend a week with them, celebrate my mother's 87th birthday, and spend a week with my mother and sister. I haven't been home in 10 years. It's about time. Rocker 6883. That's a new name. I've never seen it before. What do you think of Redbreast 15 year? Well, I did a video about that at one time. Last year sometime, I think. Let's see if I can find the URL for it. Channel content. Redbreast. Okay. Redbreast 15. There it is. Bear with me a second while I get the URL together. There's the URL. Edit. Copy.
Just tell me what I need to know. Where is it?
What is this?
Ocean Beach was supposed to be a surprise.
I don't know what that was, but hopefully I'm still on. Let me put the URL for the 15-year-old Redbreast right here. There it is. That's the URL for my 15-year-old Redbreast. I think the stuff is excellent. Redbreast 15 year, yeah. I have not had a bad Redbreast. I've had the 12 cast strength, 15. I had a sample of the 21, and I have a full bottle of the 21, which I will open soon. I think I will open it soon. Okay. What do we got here? Convert you a school bus or tour bus into mobile home. RVs wear out quick, but tour buses are built to last. Just build you a kitchen and living room in one. That's possible. I was thinking about getting something a little smaller than a school bus. Something like a Mercedes or one of those Dodge Sprinters with a diesel engine and four-wheel drive, so I can go anywhere. I think those would last pretty good. School bus, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The time hasn't come yet. I still got 8 years before I retire, but I'm thinking, I'm planning. Food quick. 2 weeks ago, our family spent our first vacation in BC ever. Couple hours in Fairmont Hot Springs and overnight at Kicking Horse Resort in Golden. Oh, excellent. Very nice. I have not been to Fairmont Hot Springs, but I've been up to the hot springs up near Jasper, which were excellent. That was nice. Very nice trip. Yeah, vacation times. Yeah. My experience with BC is mostly pavement and traffic lights, because I drive for a living and I work 60-hour weeks. So I hope you had a good vacation there, Ben. And if you were only able to buy one last bottle of scotch, what would it be? Oh, yeah. One last bottle of scotch. Any bottle of scotch that I could still get? Or what would it be if my choices were unlimited? Oh, that's tough. That's a really tough question. You know, I've got a lot of bottles here. And it has to be a scotch. Based on what I've tried so far, probably Old Pulteney 21, which was discontinued and you probably can't get it anywhere anymore. That was one nice bottle. Second runner-up, Ardbeg Dark Cove. That would be a second runner-up. Or that would be the runner-up. Okay, here we go. Foodquig's home base is Montreal. Didn't know that. Well, that's where I'm from. But I'm on Vancouver Island and have been here for 29 years. Montreal was my hometown, yes. And it looks like I will be moving back there when I retire because my family has a home there. And why pay rent when you have a home already paid for? All you have to do is pay the utilities and your property taxes, and you're good to go. So yeah, and once I'm relocated to Montreal, I will get myself a motorhome and branch out from there. In the winter, I'll just head south, and in spring, come back up north and collect my pension. And yeah, I've got a plan. Don't worry, I've got a plan. Your mom is getting older. You may have to move to Montreal for retirement to take care of your mom, or will your sister do that? Something you have to think about. Well, the thing is, my mom is already old. My sister is doing a good job of keeping things going for now. When I retire, I will probably move to Montreal just because it will be cheaper to live there than here. Because, like I just said, why pay rent when you've got a place already? And right now, since I'm still working, okay, I'm working here. I don't want to work in Montreal. I'm working here. I know the town, I know the job, I know what I'm doing. If I go to Montreal at this stage in my life, I will go to Montreal when I'm retired. But when I'm still having to work and make a living, I already know how to make a living here. Why should I go back there and try again? I left there because it was hard to make a living there at the time in what I was doing. So, yeah, exactly. And here we go. That will be a very interesting answer at Loch Ness. Oh, that was which whiskey? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's my 15-year-old Redbreast link. So if you copy that and watch it, well, you can watch it later, but there it is. Jefferson Straight Rye Cognac finish, 47%. That could be interesting too. That could be very interesting. Cognac finish, Jefferson Rye. Okay. Thanks for finding. You're welcome. You're welcome anytime. The URL, no problem. Wasabi Cars is gonna scoot. Yep. See you later. Have a good night. Or is it morning in Japan right now? I forget. No, you're earlier than us by some hours, I'm sure. Okay. Later, Dan. Donner Pass Whiskey says Quartzsite, Arizona is a place that is deserted except winter. Then it turns into nomad mega camp out with all the RV snowbirds. Maybe you will try it when you retire. I was thinking more along the lines of Baja California, down anywhere between Tijuana and Cabo San Lucas. But, you know, I might end up in Quartzsite, Arizona on my way there, or I might just end up there some years. I don't know. We'll see. I would like to try it. Yes, definitely. Definitely want to try that. Okay, with 8 people watching, new to the channel and new to whiskey, drinking some Scarabus, and I'm really liking it. Have a great evening. Well, you know what? Scarabus is good. You know, that's what I might pour next. I'm done with the Macalonis for now. I still have a bunch of it. Scarabus. Good idea. Yep. I was drinking a 46% ABV. Macalonis. Scarabus. What is the... Is that 46? 46%. Hey, why not? Let's pour a Scarabus. I still got some left. It's hard to see because the bottle's very dark, but there's our fill level right now. Yeah, Scarabus. Why not finish off with something peated? Lovely. Oh, nice. I'm getting espresso coffee and cherries. But that may be influenced by the last thing I had to drink. Yeah, Mikhail, you have a wonderful evening too. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Good idea. Scarabus. Very nice. All right. It was a great trip at Food Quig. Also got to Canada's highest suspension bridge at Golden as well. Ooh. Did you look down? I haven't been on that one myself. I went to the suspension bridge at on the North Shore, north of Vancouver. I think it was called North Vancouver or West Vancouver, and there was this suspension bridge up there. I forget the name of it. Capilano, I think. Is that possible? Old Elk, weeded bourbon, 5-year, 58.65%. A Binny's store pick. Ah, fantastic. Very good. 9 people watching. Excellent. Oh, it's Ben Demon Old Pulteney 21. Very cool choice. Oh, Dark Cove is a pipe dream. Well, I think I got the last bottle in London 2 years ago. And that one was pointed out to me by Jason Whiskey Wise. He says, I know where you can get that. It was in a cabinet in this liquor store. Down at knee level, you had to open the door and reach way in there, and there was a bottle of Dark Cove. And it was the last one. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. One bottle, Brora. Never had a Brora. But in a few years, we might be able to get some. They should be already doing some distilling now, no? Or did they finish rebuilding their distillery and getting it up and running and going? I've never had a Brora. I've never had the pleasure, but maybe someday I will. And I'm not the best at being making choices while being put on the spot. But Brora, yeah, that's another runner-up. You know, there are so many. Like if somebody asked me, what's my favorite whiskey? I can't narrow it down. I just can't. And of course, I will always forget some wonderful examples because you're being put on the spot. And Ben Demon Hunter is saying hi to Dustin. Okay. And Donner Pass is saying Mexico sounds good too. Somewhere near the water. Yes, exactly. Water, seafood, shellfish. Good stuff. Definitely. Although, don't get me wrong, I like deserts too. So Quartzsite, Arizona I may spend some time there as well. There are so many places that I would like to try. 8 hours since my amplifier was turned on last. After 8 hours, it cuts out. So I had to turn it back on, even though I'm not using the sound right now. Yeah. Oh, this Scarabus is nice. Very nice. Espresso. Cherries. A little bit of creosote. This is good. It's the same thing with a bottle of Loch Gorham. The first bottle of Loch Gorham I had from Kilchoman was just amazing, fantastic. And I enjoyed that bottle so much that I bought a second bottle. And when I opened up the second bottle, it was somehow lacking. It was kind of closed in. It wasn't really doing what I would want it to do. And so I had 2 or 3 grams, maybe 4 grams, and I left it alone. I left it alone for several months. And just the other day, I opened it again. And wow, that was as good as I remembered it. It was amazing. Kilchoman, Loch Gorham. Sometimes it needs time to open up, but it's lovely. This is equally good. Coffee and cherry. I'm going to get me another glass of water. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, we got more comments coming in here. Let's see now. Donner Pass. That's very cool that Jason Whiskey Wise was able to take you to that bottle in London. Remember enjoying the videos you made on that trip? Yeah, that was a fun trip. That was a great trip. Meeting up with Jason and then meeting up with Roy up in Glasgow and meeting up with the other Jason, Whiskey Jason, up in Glasgow as well. And we went to, where did we go? We went to Deanston for lunch, but before Deanston, Jason and I went to Glengoyne. And then we all got together at Deanston for lunch. And then from Deanston, I went with Roy because Jason was going into Speyside or the Highlands, and I was on my way to a trip of a tour of Isla. So Roy got me back down to a train station where I took a train back into Glasgow. And in Glasgow, I met up with, was it John McGowan at the Bon Accord? And we had several drams together. It was a wonderful evening. And the following morning, I took a train to Edinburgh, but I went the wrong way. And I ended up going west instead of east. And then when I found out where I was, I got off the train, but had forgot my backpack on the train. However, it wasn't that long before the train got to the end of the line and came back, and they got me my backpack, and I got on another train that went direct right into Edinburgh, and I loved Edinburgh. That was a beautiful, beautiful city. I would love to go again someday. Maybe I will get the opportunity. What a trip that was. If you've never been to Scotland, I recommend it. Yeah, the videos I made on that trip, they were fun. The whole trip was fun. Carlton Weaver says, "Hi, Quig. Were you able to book some camping this year?" You know, I went camping almost every year in summer for a week or so. And then 2 years ago, I didn't go camping because I went to Scotland, and I spent all my money in Scotland, and I couldn't really afford to take any time off 2 years ago. That would be 2019. 2020, or in 2019, I booked a camping trip for 2020. And in the summer of 2020, I went camping. And you know what? The thrill was gone. It would have been nice to have someone come camping with me. But the thrill was gone also because people were all nervous and people were all upset and people were all bent out of shape because of this stupid overreaction to the flu. Okay, maybe perhaps my particular view on it is unpopular, but it's the flu. And it was an overreaction, and we didn't really need this. I like to think that I'm not completely immune to every disease, but I'm immune to a lot of diseases because I have been in a space smaller than an elevator with the general public for almost 3 whole decades. And my immune system has had everything thrown at it. And when your immune system has as many things thrown at it as mine has had, you develop antibodies and immunities to things that are in the air. And I have been exposed to all kinds of germs and diseases and things, and I don't get sick. I get allergic reactions to pollen every spring, yeah, but I don't get sick. So anyway, I digressed a little bit. I could have booked some camping, but I did not because I didn't know where things were going to go. And now that I'm able to travel again, yeah, I want to go to Montreal. I want to visit my immediate family that I hadn't visited for 10 years. I might book some camping for next year. We'll see. I don't know. If I have someone to go camping with me, that would be fun. That would be a lot better than just going alone. Going alone is fine as long as you have someone to come along and join you for part of the trip. Like if I'm there for a week and I have friends coming for 3 or 4 days, perfect. But if I'm just alone for a whole week, I can just camp at home. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. What is your opinion of rum and how come you don't drink it on the show much? I just didn't get into rum so much. Rum it's generally sweeter than whiskey. I have a couple of samples right here now that thanks to Eric having sent me some, so I will try those on a sample Sunday. But there are so many whiskeys that I don't really have to go to rum to have something new every time. I just haven't really developed that much of a taste for rum as I have for whiskey. It's just a simple thing. But I will try some more. I will try samples if people send me some. What's the next one here? Had absolutely no problem looking down and walking across. Excellent. Excellent, Ben. Fantastic. Donner Pass Whiskey has had to reschedule a Scotland trip 2 years now because of the C word. Yes, the C word. Hope to be there May 2022, getting to try to meet up with Roy and Alan, whiskey friend. I met up with them both when I was on my trip as well. It was fun drinking with Alan in Manchester. Yeah, we had quite an evening. They kept telling us to shut up because they were trying to sing their folk songs in the background. And we were just ordering things off the shelf. Oh, yeah, give me one of those, give me one of those, one of those. We had a great evening. And Roy, yeah, what a gentleman he is too. That was fabulous. He's the one who took me to the Bon Accord for the first time, and we had a whiskey tasting, and yeah, good times, all around good times. You owe it to yourself to go to Scotland. If you can do it, by all means do it. For me, 2019 was the time. I had money saved up, and I just had this aching desire to visit the land and to visit the distilleries where this fabulous juice comes from that I enjoy all the time. Yeah, May 2022. It's going to be your year. Awesome to hear. Yes, most definitely. Agreed. At Foodquig, so many whiskeys to explore. Only have had maybe 5 rums. Yeah, I'm in about the same boat as you. It's a thing, there's some people who are more into rums, some people who are more into whiskey, some people who are into gin, some people who are into beer, some people who are into brandy. I don't know. It seems that I just like the taste of whiskey, or the tastes of whiskey, and the many variations that, so many whiskeys to explore. I can't count how many I've had. Just looking at the wall behind me, I've had all those whiskeys. And that's not all. I mean, some bottles don't come with boxes and tubes. So maybe I've had twice or 3 times as much as what's back there. Yeah, so many whiskeys, and I'm always discovering new ones. How much air was there in that bottle of Kilchoman? I got it right here. Well, okay. Probably about that much, because I had 1 dram just the other day. So yeah, just below the shoulder, just below the shoulder, right about there. 1/3 of the bottle. Yeah. Where to put this? Okay. Now, drinking with Ellen would be amazing. Roy goes without saying. Absolutely. It was a fun time. Very fun time. Donner Pass is looking forward to Milroy's in London too. Maybe can have a dram with Jason there. Oh, Jason is the one who showed me Milroy's. We had some good times at Milroy's. That is probably the best bar in the world. The best one that I've been to anyway. Yeah, by all means. If you can get in touch with, well, Jason might be busier now than he was when I went to visit, but if you can get in touch with Jason, he's an excellent London ambassador to whiskey drinkers. And Ben Demon Hunter says, our family's roots are Scottish, so my brother and I want to go to Scotland probably in 8, 10, or 12 years. Isla, Tomatin, Wolfburn, etc. Yeah. I don't even have any Scottish roots, but, you know, when you drink a lot of this stuff and you enjoy it so much, you want to know where it comes from. And it's a magical place, and being there is a magical time. And yeah, I will cherish that trip forever. I would say that it's the second best trip I've ever been on. Yeah. The best trip? The best trip was going with my dad to the Yukon, Alaska, and Northwest Territories. We did a road trip, a 3-week road trip, camping all the way. Just me and my dad. That was the best trip I ever did. But Scotland is a close second. You know that our ancestors never drank alcohol more than 10% hundreds of years ago. This hard drinks with over 30% has only been a thing the last 100 years. Natural fermentation doesn't go that high. No, that's why we have distillation. But of course, if you drink a naturally fermented drink, say like a beer or a wine, you'll be drinking a glass like this. I'm drinking a glass like this of whiskey. It's the same thing, but it's more concentrated. So it's a question of quantity as well. No, your point is true. Well, I would say that whiskey's been around for longer than just 100 years. We've had the first distilleries that were licensed were started in the late 1700s. And there was illicit stills before that. So, you know, whiskey goes back about 500 years. Just saying. And Anonymous Coward. Okay, this is a new name here. Anonymous Coward says, hey, Foodquig, been a big fan since he went viral. Do you ever smoke any cannabis? Last time I smoked cannabis was maybe 22 or so years ago. I had a friend who gave me some and we smoked it. I did not like the paranoid feeling that I had. And when I was driving down the road and thinking that everyone was looking at me and thinking that there's going to be a cop jumping out somewhere and arresting me, and I just did not like the feeling of being paranoid and on edge and out of control. So cannabis is never something that I really got into. But back when I was a student, back in the 80s, I used to make beer in my kitchen. I had an apartment that was just a block away from the campus where I studied. And I had friends who had hashish. Now, the hashish was great because I enjoyed smoking the hashish and drinking my beer and having all the answers to all the problems in the world and knowing how to solve them all. Then I would crash out and I'd wake up in the morning and I would remember that I had all the answers to all the problems and questions in the world, but didn't remember what the answers were. Yeah, that was a different experience as well. But I know this experience. Oh, that Scarabus is good. Okay, so as not to get behind too much, Ben Demon Hunter says, the history of Scotch and whiskey in general was a major draw for me, a gateway into Scotch. The history, yes, of course. History is fantastic stuff. I'm kind of into history myself, although I'm not a great big history buff and I don't know everything, but I get off on historical stuff. Loving Kilchoman, and we are to the point that the casks they have are getting older, so this is the time to enjoy it. Just got the 2021 PX special release. The 2019 STR cask special release was awesome. I will have to pick up some more Kilchoman. Kilchoman is good stuff. I really, really, really enjoyed the Sauternes cask Kilchoman that I picked up at the distillery in 2019. Good stuff. We got 14 people watching now. Wow, what's going on? Donner Pass Whiskey at Ben Demon Hunters. Yes, lots to learn about history that is as fun to explore as the whiskey. Definitely. Anonymous Coward says, ever have any psychedelic experience, LSD mushrooms? I've never had LSD. I had mushrooms once or twice, but long, long time ago. And I don't remember anything special about it. Maybe I didn't get enough. I don't know. No, it's not really something that I got into very much. Carlton Weaver is saying at Donner Pass Whiskey, you're lucky to have Kilchoman available where you are. Where I am, variety is poor right now. Hopefully it will get better this year. Yeah, well, you know, we have some shortcomings when it comes to availability of different things here as well. In fact, I was already looking at things that I can get in Montreal that I can't get here that I want to get and bring home. So I was already looking, okay, which store has how many bottles? And yeah, I want some of that, and I want some of this, and I want some of the other thing. It's crazy. But, you know, no matter where you go, you're going to find things that you can't get at home. And it's just different things that are available in different places. Yeah. And, you know, it may be for a year or two something is not available where you are, and then it becomes available after a year or two of not being there, and then it's plentiful and available everywhere. It's crazy. Have you ever thought about limiting your drinking to only 1 day a week? I think you would enjoy it so much more because you would be looking forward to it. As it is, my lifestyle is the way it is. I'm not an alcoholic, but I don't believe that I would be able to function very well if I was to not drink, except for 1 day a week. It's become part of my routine. It's become part of my life. maybe after I retire, but it helps me to sleep. I come home in the morning after being out all night, and I like to have a couple drams to settle my nerves and relax me and go to sleep. Without those couple of drams in the morning, I don't think I'd be able to sleep. There you go. Canada Dry Hands. I drink J&B unironically. Hey, if you like J&B and J&B does it for you, more power to you. I'm unfortunately one of these people who has to explore new things and try everything that I can get my hands on, try everything that I can afford. Ben Demon Hunter says, Donner Pass Whiskey. There's a local podcast here in Alberta that recently talked about that Kilchoman 2021 PX. They compared it to Two Brewers PX Peated, which was an Edmonton club exclusive. Interesting. Donner Pass Whiskey says to Ben Demon Hunter, cool, you folks in Canada have some very good whiskey you make that isn't available outside Canada, so enjoy it. Yes, definitely. It's not available outside Canada unless we send you some samples, that is. Anonymous Coward, I would love to pretend to be Godzilla and smash all the boxes in the background. Oh. Gojira! And Connor Pass is laughing at that. Okay, Ben Demon Hunter, Two Brewers. Only have had batch 16 and 21, and both were amazing. Both are from the classic malt release. I've had a few Two Brewers, and they may be good, but I'm leaning more towards Shelter Point. Two Brewers is good, yes, but Shelter Point. To be honest, though, I have tried more Shelter Point than I have tried Two Brewers. How long have we been on now? We've been on for a while. An hour and 7 minutes. An hour and 8 minutes. 14 people watching. Wow. What's this here? Looks like Shelter Point is doing some amazing things. Yes. Yes. I have enough bottles of Shelter Point to prove that. Amazing stuff. Very good. I had some earlier tonight. It was a single barrel triple grain, and I've got another bottle of that left. A backup bottle. It's wonderful. So many good Shelter Point expressions are out there, and they keep making more and keep making more. Every couple of months they come up with a new release. Excellent stuff. Very good. Canada Dry Hands. Tyrconnell Single Malt is my favorite whiskey. It's great whiskey. Tyrconnell, the 15 to 16-year-old, hard to beat. Very hard to beat. What else have we got? We've got one last bottle. Anok Pete Hart. Batch number 2, 46%. That will be interesting too. We've got 12 good samples here that I'm going to enjoy opening up. Excuse me. Over the next few months. And going to enjoy them all. Let's see. Food Quig knows all about Shelter Point. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been to the distillery. I've hung out with the distiller. Really great guy. Yeah. Really enjoy really enjoy going to visit Shelter Point. The distillery is an amazing experience. The warehouse is a fantastic experience. Leon Webb is a great friend, and I'm glad I know him. And I hope to go to the distillery again sometime. Maybe next year, maybe even later this year. I don't know. We'll see. It will be great if they have another whiskey festival up in Comox like they did just before the C word started. Oh, what a great time we had. There was the whiskey festival, but then the after party. Oh, man. I don't believe I've had a better time in my life than that after party. You've thought about getting a puppy dog, haven't you? I think a man's best friend you'd bring. No, I'm allergic to dogs. Sorry. It's not going to happen. Dogs, cats, horses, no. I like rabbits, and I would have rabbits perhaps, but if I didn't work 12-hour shifts 5 nights a week. But a puppy dog, no. A dog would not be, no, I'm allergic to them. It would bring me no joy at all. It would just make me sneeze and cough and choke. Sorry. Carlton Weaver says, I hope Wiser's does some more releases like their Hall of Fame series. Some of them were really nice. Oh, you mean the NHL alumni series? Yeah, they were good. I enjoyed drinking those. I hope that they do that. Meanwhile, you got 15-year-old, 18-year-old, you got special blend, you got a lot of Wisers, and of course the 22-year-old, the 23-year-old. If you got those are wonderful. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, those NHL alumni series bottles were wonderful, and they were not expensive. They were like $42 or something like that, and a good whiskey, very good whiskey for the money. I noticed you had a young lady in some of your recent vids. Is this a romantic interest? No, we're just friends. She's a customer of mine who experienced an interest in my whiskey hobby, and I said, come on over, we'll try it. No, she's not a romantic interest. She's a good friend of mine, yes, and we communicate regularly. We send each other text messages and stuff, but she's just a friend of mine. There are times when maybe I was interested in getting involved with her, but I got to know her a little better. And the other thing is, a romantic interest has to go both ways. She's not interested in me at all. So, okay, whatever. She's still a friend of mine, and it's good to have friends, even though they may not be romantic interests. Ben Demon Hunter. Oh, right. Also had a sample of Two Brewers Batch 22. It was a very weird oddball. Which one do I have? I have the Batch 23. Batch 23. And it's good. 22 was probably one of their experimental offerings, most probably, I'm guessing. Paul M says, good evening at Foodquig and evening, everyone. Good evening, Paul M. Ben Demon Hunter, howdy at Paul M. This evening we discovered that Foodquig is from your neck of the woods. Oh, yeah, originally, yeah. We're talking Montreal, right? Okay. And Paul M. says hi to Donner Pass and Ben Demon Hunter. So they know each other. I don't know everyone in the community, but I know a few people. And Donner Pass says hi. Okay. Yes, I'm originally from Montreal. That is correct, Paul. Paul M. What does the M stand for? That's what I'm curious about. Because I used to know a Paul whose last name started with M way back when I was a kid, living in a town called Tracy, about an hour down the river from Montreal. And I lived there till I was 8 or 9 years old. That would be ironic if this Paul M is the same Paul M that I knew as a child. I think I missed one. There. Hope Shelter Point gets Canada-wide distribution at some point. Yeah, but the problem is, do they make enough to handle the demand? You know, some of their releases are only like 300 bottles. That won't go very far. That won't distribute all over Canada. Okay, we got our Paul M here. And having a brand new Lindt Excellence dark chocolate caramel sea salt is amazing. Another one was raspberry hazelnut. Oh, you're making my mouth water now, Ben. You sure are. And Paul M, correct. Says Ben Demon Hunter. Okay. As in, I'm from Montreal. All right. That's great. This is my first time viewing FoodQuake. Well, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'm seeing new names all the time, and I don't do lives that often, but when I do, it's always a wonderful experience. What do we got here? Agreed at Carlton Weaver. Canada-wide distribution would be amazing. Oh. Wow. This is the Scarabus. It gets better as the level goes down. Where are we at? We're here now. We're here. This is really getting good. Improvement gnome. Can I ask how much you make in monetization per year? Do you make at least over 100? Yeah, you mean monetization for YouTube? Yes, it's over 100. At this point, it's under 1,000. Right now, yes. But when that video went viral some time ago, I made like 600 or 700 in 1 month. But it's petered off. It's a lot less than that now. Donner Pass whiskey, pouring a Kilchoman 100% Isla barley, min 9-year 39 first fill bourbon to first fill Oloroso sherry butts. The only release they make that is dirt to glass, all in-house, barley grown by them on site and lower peat. Wow. That must be good. Whiskey Straight Owl, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining. How you doing, mate? Just saw you're on live. Cheers from Northern Ireland. Yeah. For the first time, I had to open up all these sample bottles, or I had to open up the box that the sample bottles were in. And so I went and did it, went live. Impromptu, didn't plan it. It just kind of happened. And it seems that as time goes on, I'm getting more and more viewers, which is great. Whiskey and chocolate is good stuff. Yes, it can be fantastically addicting. Improvement Gnome says, I think Lisa shows clues she doesn't want you more as a friend. Her bringing her friend over during your drinking videos is a sign she doesn't want to send you the wrong signals. There's other signs. Uh-huh. No, I wouldn't read that into it. No. I know her well enough to know that if she wanted me, she would make it a lot more obvious. Where are we again? Oh, here. Hi, Al at Whiskey Straight Al. Yeah, that's Donner Pass saying to Al. Al, fantastic. Top Shelf Dustin, be honest, Quig. You left Montreal due to the smell and found out years later it was Swami. Oh. Oh, that is good, Dustin. Slutchava. Oh, classic. Apropos. I have to get me another glass of water. I'll be right back. Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, Dustin, that's the comment of the day. I have no great big desire to meet with the man. Somebody actually, when they found out that I was going to Montreal, they asked me if I'm going to meet up with Swami, and I don't really have even though he grew up in the same neighborhood where I grew up, believe it or not. Yeah, leave it at that. I probably will not meet him. And that's okay. He's kind of left the whiskey community anyway. See now. He said that he was going to send me some whiskey, but he never did. So what am I supposed to think? And I sent him some, but anyway. My last name starts with M, less complicated just to put M. Fine, fair enough. Fair enough. It's all good. Recently joined a few live streams and is a great guy to talk to. Fantastic. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for letting me know. Laughing out loud at Top Shelf Dust. Yeah, me too. Whiskey Straight Al is asking Donner Pass, how you doing? Oh, that's great. Now, the comments seem to be getting away from me now as we've got 16 people on. Can you get many independent bottles of Scotch whiskey where you are, Quig? No, unfortunately not, Carlton Weaver. I cannot get that many independent bottlings. There are independent bottles, yes, but they're the expensive ones. Oh yeah, do I want a 28-year-old Klein Leash for like $800? You know, no, it's like too expensive. They have some high-end ones, but they're just like, no, I'm probably not going to go for those. I want the cheap ones, the ones that are under $100, and you know, maybe 10 years old. I've had a few of those, but there's no selection if you compare it to what kind of selection you'd get in the UK. Paul M says, Food Quick, so you are from Sorel Tracy. I'm from South Shore, Montreal, but been living in a big city now. Okay, fair enough. I was from Sorel Tracy until I was about 9 years old, and then I lived in the West Island after that. So from 1973 till 1985, I lived on the West Island. And then I lived in NDG for a couple of years. Then I moved back into the West Island in 1987. And in 1992, I came out to the West Coast. So I've been out here for 29 years now. Yeah, okay. So what else have we got here? Chris Wyatt says, been subscribed for a couple of years now. First time catching you live. Hope all is well. All is very well. Thank you very much. Very, very well. Yes, says improvement. Yes, says improvement. No. What does he say yes to? I don't know. Oh, maybe the dog comment that I'm allergic to them? Yeah. I should give this guy a monkey wrench. I don't know how I can do that using StreamYard though. So I know you could do that using the other system that YouTube had, but with I don't know how to add a monkey wrench to through StreamYard. As it is, it's all good. Howdy at Whiskey Straight Al, says Ben Demon Hunter. And Paul M says, found out about Food Quick from Eric, the Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Ah, there we go. And the samples that I unboxed were from Eric. Yeah, there you go. At Top Shelf Dustin. That's probably the Swami comment. Good. Eric and Food Quick are good friends, hence Eric sending him samples. Yeah, we send samples back and forth all the time. Well, a few times a year. I sent him some recently, and now he sent me some. And Paul M. Eric sometimes joins Quig on live streams. They're a lot of fun. Yeah, too bad he's not here today. I guess he had something else to do. This is kind of my last chance to open up these the box before going on my trip. Yeah. It's fun to know the community and know when it's all in good fun. Oh yeah, absolutely. But thank you, kind words, truly appreciate. Oh, okay, good. Oh, these comments are getting away from me now. Yeah. That's great to know. Okay, good. Whiskey Straight Ale. You nearly made me spit out my drum with that comment. You're most welcome. Paul M. poured some Bareface, almost a bottle kill. Actually, this Two Brewers batch 23 is actually quite nice. I get a lot of I get melons. Oh, he's still around, always lurking. Oh, I'm sure he is. He might even be watching this. Okay. Hard to believe it's been over 2 years since I seen you on Reddit and became a viewer. First time catching you live. I don't do lives that often. And sometimes when I'm doing lives, I'm on somebody else's channel. Like if I go live with Eric, sometimes it's on his channel, sometimes it's on mine. It's either way. I don't go live that often. I just make videos and, they go up when they're scheduled to go up most of the time. But yeah, 2 years. What's it been? 3 or 4 years since that video went live? I don't know. Since it went viral. And Carlton Weaver says to Ben Demon Hunter, Bareface is something from the West I can get. How is the 7 year? Bareface. There's one with what is it? A tequila barrel finish or something like that. And there's the other one with the sherry finish. And Bareface. Cheers, says Paul M. Okay. Cheers. Okay, what do we got here? Chris Wyatt says, COVID really messed with my time frame. 2020 didn't happen. Don't use the C word. No more C words. Notice during your taxi vlog, you talk about picking people up who are in the middle of a drug deal, using or doing some bad illegal business. Does it worry you that you may get hurt for it or in trouble? No. I just do my job. I take people where they want to go. What they do there is their business, not mine. I'm not involved. I just take people where they want to go. I get paid for taking them there, taking them where they're going. That's it. I don't deal in drugs. So I cannot get in trouble. And I've been doing this shit for almost 30 years, so it's nothing new. I'm part of it. All you have to do is be someone's friend when they get in the car. And when you're their friend, they're going to leave you alone. They're not going to bother you. They're not, unless they're assholes. And, assholes happen. But well, I haven't got hurt or in trouble yet, so I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not worried. Loved my first 3 bottles of Bareface Triple Oak 7 year, but this 4th one isn't connecting as much as the first 3. We'll buy again, but want to explore different whiskey for now. I understand that. That happens. Sometimes you get one that isn't quite so good. Yeah, I understand that. Since I caught you live, I must ask, what's your opinion of Lagavulin? Love it. Love Lagavulin, especially the 12-year-old. I have a video that I put up asking the question, what's the best Lagavulin 12-year-old? I love Lagavulin. But, there are so many other things. Lagavulin is not the only whiskey there is. But I do have a 2018 Lagavulin 12 that I will be opening shortly after my trip. It and a couple other things are next in line. If you caught my my home bar update that went up a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, it's there. I love Lagavulin. It's good stuff. Very good. I actually visited the distillery 2 years ago. 2 years and 4 months ago, 3 months ago. I like Lagavulin. In fact, I got some right there. Yeah. But I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open that one soon. Well, when I get back from my trip. Okay. Whiskey Straight Al says, at Foodquig, regarding whiskey and what you could easily get, is there any place you'd choose to live other than where you do? Yeah, Germany. Germany, whiskey's cheaper there. Even, Alberta, the more choices and cheaper prices. I would choose to live in Alberta if it was just all about whiskey. But right now, I don't want to look for work. I'm 57 years old. I have work. I don't want to look for work. I don't want to relocate and look for work just because whiskey prices are cheaper somewhere else. What I plan to do is work until I retire 8 years hence. And when I retire, that's it. Then I'll go probably back to Montreal. And because we got a home there. We got a home in Montreal. We don't have to pay rent. We got a home, it's paid for. We just have to pay the property tax on it. And from there, I will get myself a little motorhome and go south every winter. But I can live in Montreal in the summer. As long as I have air conditioning and a basement, I'll be fine. But right now I'm in a position where I'm living here and I have work and I don't have to look for a job and I don't need to start out again. I started out again when I was 28 years old and I don't want to do that again. It's uncertain. And being as close as I am to retirement, I mean, 8 years is nothing. I can't even snap my fingers. 8 years goes by very fast. You probably know all about that, Al. Good question at Whiskey Straight Al. Yeah. At Foodquig, what expression is batch 23? Is it the 58% release? Oh, well, I'll tell you. We're talking two brewers, right? Yeah. Two brewers, special finishes. A lightly peated traditional malt with portions finished in both sherry and port barrels, offers a complex balance of subtle fruit, oak, and smoke. 46% alcohol by volume. And it's not that much smoke, really. Port, barrel, oak, and subtle sherry fruit mingle with an airy peat presence. I'm not getting a lot of peat out of this. But of course, I had a Scarabeus before this one. So a caramel-coated entry funnels into the tongue. Astringent peat and cask influences enveloping the sensation. Sweet barrel fruit quips with drying oak and relined smoke in the delicate finish. Special finishes. Okay. This is 46% alcohol by volume. So it's not the 58% release. I have to get into more two brewers. I know that there's a shop where I can get everything or almost all of them. And I might have to stock up on and try a few different ones. Two brewers is good, but in my eyes, Shelter Point is better. but that's just me. Everyone's different, right? Oh, look at all these comments I haven't seen yet. Okay, Dustin, you clearly gave up lives since Scotch Down Under is now the king of marathon streams. Okay. I don't even watch lives, to tell you the truth. If they're more than 30 minutes long, I don't watch them. Scotch Down Under is now the king of marathon streams. Good for him or them. Batch 24 was the peated port and sherry, correct? I haven't had the batch 24. This is peated port and sherry. Didn't I say that? Sherry and port. That's this one. That's 23. I don't know what the batch 24 is. I haven't had that one. I'll have to check it. Okay. Catnap G says, hey, haven't seen you in a bit. How you been? Ben Demon Hunter says, Bareface 111, Oaxaca edition in mezcal barrels. Yes, I've had that one. Carlton Weaver, what's the scotch you have recently tried that you liked the most, Quig? Everyone? Recently tried? Just had a 18-year-old Glenmorangie last night, which I liked a lot. What else did I have recently in terms of scotch? Yeah, that's good. Glen Scotia Victoriana was also really good. Lots and lots. And what was your career in your 20s and 30s? In my 20s, I was a student. I was a prospector. I was a concrete and soil compaction technician. I was a concrete inspector. And from the age of 28 on, I've been a cab driver. Yeah. I got a degree in geology, but working as a geologist is kind of hard to get into, especially when there are too many people graduating in your class than the industry needs. And you can be out in summer banging around on rocks, but as soon as the snow flies, you're out of work and you're spending winters on unemployment. I got tired of that. But what appeals to me about driving cab is I can be my own boss. I'm not working in an office. Both of those things would be hell for me. And yeah, not having a boss. I like that. Are you going to do your Redbreast 21 official full bottle video even though you did the rest? Yes, I will. It's just waiting in the wings. I'm going to do that one in August for sure. I will open that bottle of Redbreast 21, and I might even come back to it later on when it's about halfway down and try it again. Let you know if it opened up a lot. Carlton Weaver says, hey there at Catnap. Okay. What have we got here? Top Shelf says, Food Quig. Okay, buddy. I got to make a thumb for tomorrow's video, and NBA finals are coming on. So I'm hopping off. If you decide to pull a marathon, I'll be back. Okay. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I've been going hour and 45 minutes already. I don't know if I'll be going much longer. I think I'll answer the rest of these. Looking forward to the first drama of Lagavulin 12 and Distiller's Edition whenever that happens. Oh, I've had Lagavulin Distiller's Edition before. The video is probably still up. And Lagavulin 12, I've had 4 or 5 of them already. But I will open the 2018 edition, which I haven't had yet. So far, the 2014 and 2015 were the best ones. 16 and 17 were not quite as wonderful, but they were still good. They just weren't quite as wonderful. Just poured myself some Two Brewers Release 22. Okay. Way to go. And Catnap G says, hey to Carlton. Okay. Night Dustin at Top Shelf Dustin. Okay. Dustin's gone. No, he's gone already. Carlton Weaver, didn't know Germany had cheaper whiskey. I know they make the distiller disclose whether a whiskey has E150, and which is great. Yeah, but the thing is, the prices are lower in Germany. Germany has some of the lowest whiskey prices. So for pricing, Germany is the place to go. I mean, you can go to Scotland to be closer to the distilleries, but in Germany, you'll get better prices than just about anywhere I can think of. Yeah, mit Farbstoff is a very common thing on labels of bottles that are sent to Germany. Oh, didn't know we were the same age. I'm 57 too. Well, there you go, Donna Pass. Yeah, my birthday was the 2nd of July. I turned 57. Ben Demon Hunter. What was the Two Brewers batch 22 again? Something funky. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. At this point, I'm kind of lazy and I don't feel like it. Did I have the 22? I don't even know. Let's see. Let's see if I did that one. I'll just check on Two Brewers. Two Brewers. Which Two Brewers have I had? I've had 23. I've had 10. I've had 12. I've had 18. I've had 8. I've had a few. And what was the last one that I had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And release 07. Okay, I had release 7, 8, 18, 12, 10, and 23. So I don't know what 22 was. Now you know which Two Brewers editions I have had. I should actually take a list of these to the liquor store and pick up all the ones that I haven't had yet, according to this list. Okay, let's get back to StreamYard. Here we are. Paul M says, it's the innovative. Yeah, one of the innovatives. The innovatives are different, and usually they're kind of weird. I've had 1 or 2 of those. I got Two Brewers batch 23 and 24 mixed up. 24 must be the 50%, 58%. There you go. Now you know. Ben Demon Hunter, still need to crack open my samples of Shelter Point. Oh. Which ones do you have? There's some really good ones. Like your magnifying glass, it's more of a Holmes to Ralphie steampunk. That was sent to me by one of my subscribers who kept sending me whiskey samples. And because I was switching my glasses to reading glasses all the time. Oh, Mr. Magoo. I was switching my glasses to reading glasses all the time. He said he sent me this. Since then, we have kind of fallen out, shall we say, but as it was. Whiskey Straight Al says, the older you get, the quicker time seems to pass. Been medically retired for almost 2 years now. I understand it goes faster and faster and faster. So 8 years, hey, I was able to snap it that time. 8 years will go by in no time at all. I know that. Ben Demon Hunter says to Carlton Weaver, recently haven't had many new scotches. Octomore 8.3 sample. I tend to gravitate away from Octomore just because of the price. And usually I can get just as much out of Port Charlotte as I could out of Octomore. But that's just me. I don't usually go for Octomore just because of the high price tag and availability. It's not that available around here. It's not like jumping off the shelves at me from anywhere. Okay, what do we got here? Foodquig Whiskey Straight Al says, 10 years ago I went to school reunion. A friend pointed out, if you look forward to the next 30 years, it seems a long time. If you look back, it doesn't. Yeah. 30 years. Yeah. 30 years ago, that was my last year in Montreal. Yeah, I was working at a concrete lab and inspecting concrete 30 years ago. 30 years from now, I probably will be deceased. I'm just guessing. Will I make it into my 80s to the age of 87? I doubt it. I'll probably have cirrhosis of the liver and die of a diabetic coma or something. Carlton Weaver missed the start of the stream where you mentioned your trip. Where are you heading? Montreal. But you can always see the stream again. You can always come back and view it again. But yeah, I'm going to Montreal to visit my mother and sister because I haven't been there in 10 years. And my mother's kind of indirectly guilt tripping me. She said to my sister, he's only going to come for my funeral. And my sister leaked that out to me saying that she said that. And it's like, oh, and they also sent me a birthday card. My birthday was recently. It was recent. And in the birthday card, it says, my mother writes, I hope you'll come and visit us soon. So, okay, it's time. Let's go do it. Visit. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen them in 10 years except on, Google Hangouts and Skype and things like that, but not in the flesh. Donner Pass says, your Spirits release buys made me remember I want to get a Dewar's 18. May get the Chivas 18 too, as they are both relatively cheap near me. Rarely get blends, but I think these will be good ones. Interesting that you mentioned that, Donner Pass. I can't get Chivas 18 here to save my life, but I did some online research and found out that there are a few shops in the Montreal area that have Chivas 18. And I tried this stuff a few years ago. Somebody sent me a sample and I loved it. I think I'm going to buy me 3 bottles of Chivas 18 and bring them back here to enjoy at my leisure. But I know that I can get them and I know where I can get them. And right, not far from my mother's house in the outskirts of Montreal. So I'll be getting some Chivas 18 on this trip. Definitely, for sure. Absolutely. It's going to happen. This Chivas 18 is damn good. And the Dewar's 18, yeah, I'm going to try that too online. I'm going to try that coming up in the future as I have the bottle here. And I also got the 27-year-old Dewar's, which I'm looking forward to. But there's always things that I'm looking forward to. So They each take their time, they take their turn, and I try them in the order in which I acquired them. That's just the way I do it. These live streams are rare from you. I miss them. Oh, well, Catnap, I'm doing what I can. I'm usually quite busy, and on my weekends, I just want to relax and take it slow and just be left alone. But this time, I had to come and do this and open up my package of olive oil kit. So I did. And if you missed what they are that I opened up, you can always go back and see this video again. But we're coming to the 2-hour mark. I don't know if I'm going to go on much longer. Carlton Weaver says, I think budget blend scotch has gone downhill in the last few years. That said, are there any you have had this year that you would recommend? Same question for everyone. Okay. Budget blends. I had Cato's or Cato's. That's good. Another good one is White and Mackay. White and Mackay, Cato's. Like I'm talking budget. I'm talking cheap blended scotch. There's another one here. I have Highland Queen, which is okay. Grants, but it doesn't have to be the 8-year-old. Cheap budget scotch. Blends. The ultimate blend for me is still the Cutty Sark Prohibition Edition, bottled at 50% alcohol by volume. Damn good stuff. For the money, it's worth it. Would like to get Compass Box Great King Street Glasgow Blend and Smoky Grouse again at Carlton Weaver. Yeah. Smoky. Yeah, those are both good. Both good ones. Yeah, Great King Street Glasgow and Smoky Grouse. Yeah, for sure. Those are good. Donner Pass Whiskey says, yes, Quig, the Port Charlotte MC01 and MRC01 were absolute knockout bottles. So when they are releasing those, can't see paying 3 times as much for Octomore. No shit, Sherlock. MC01 and MRC01 were both, yes, knockout bottles. Yes. If I can get more like that, I will. Oh, fabulous bottles. Port Charlotte MC01 and I'm only dreaming about getting those again. The current 10-year-old is okay, but nothing like MC and MRC. No way. Yes. Ben Demon Hunter says, I highly doubt that either my brother and I will ever buy an Octomore. That 8.3 sample was a major mind-blowing. Okay. Only have had 1 dram of Chivas 12, and it was good quality and decent. I can see why people like the 12. The 12 is good too, yeah. I've had a few bottles of that. It's nice and easy drinking, but the 18 is so much more complex, so much more going on. But the Chivas 12, nothing wrong with that. How's your mother's health? I figure she's around 87 now, around the same age as my mother. Absolutely go see them. Most important people to see. Yeah, she's turning 87 on Thursday, and Thursday is the day when I will arrive to visit. So that's kind of why I timed it to be there on her birthday, to show up on her birthday. So she'll be 87 on Thursday. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, have you considered moving back to Montreal and living rent free before you're 65? Freedom 57. No, I'll work till I'm 65. Then I'll collect my full pension. I don't want to stop working until I can get my full Canada pension. That's not a problem, I don't think, unless something happens to me to make it so that I can't work. Should my health be somehow compromised, should I have a stroke or something and I can't drive anymore, yeah, then I would go right away. But I'm not in that condition yet, so we'll take things one step at a time, and I'll move back to Montreal when it's time to do so, when I'm unable to work anymore or when I'm 65. Yeah. Carlton Weaver knows that I love Cutty Sark Prohibition. Absolutely. Dinner at Dono Pass Whiskey. Yeah. Okay. Anyone had Dewar's White Label a budget in my area but haven't tried? Try it. It's all right. Had Port Charlotte 10. How is the Port Charlotte Isla Barley? It was under $80. I wouldn't say that Isla Barley is better than Port Charlotte 10. It's about the same. Similar. At Chris S. Dewar's White Label is good. It even has a little peat in it. Its main malt content is from Ardmore, which is peated malt. Okay. It's all right. And Ben Demon Hunter says, Chris S. Yes, the Dewar's White is like apple juice and had a strong alcohol presence. Overall, it was okay, but overall, I wasn't a big fan. Cheap enough to try it, but I won't want a replacement. Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy any of those entry-level Dewar's again. But, it's worth a try. It's worth a go. What Food Quick says, try it. That's what I say to everyone. I recommend that everyone try things for themselves. Don't take my word for it. Because if I like something, you might not like it just because your palate and your nose is different. And just because I say that something is not to my taste, it might be right up your, what is the term, wheelhouse, even though it's not up mine, because all of us differ. We all have different palates. We all have different ways of looking at things and ways of experiencing the world. So, yeah, don't take what I say as gospel by all means, because you might find a whiskey that I don't like really does it for you. So I always encourage people to try for themselves. Don't take my word for it. You can use me as a guide, yes, and if you find that your palate and nose are similar to mine, yes, by all means, you can use me as a guide, but don't take everything that I say as the word. You understand? Try things for yourself. That's what I encourage. And if you like certain things, by all means, there's things that I like that most people don't. It's just that way. And there's things that I can't stand that other people love. Case in point, Glen Alecky, no, not Glen Alecky, the 18-year-old Allardyce from 18-year-old Allardyce. That's not Glen Alecky, that's Glendronach. Everybody's been singing the praises of Glendronach 18 Allardyce. I don't particularly like it, but there you go. Catnap G says, that's awesome. Good planning when to see them. Tell your mother happy birthday from your fan, Catnap. Oh, you got it. You got it. I'll give it a try. I think it's only like $20. $20, that's not much to lose. Go for it. Keep an eye out for Port Charlotte Pack 01. It's a new release that sounds similar to MRC 01. Hope it comes to BC for you. The OLC 01 is not rated very well, though. I never saw the OLC 01, so I didn't miss out right there. But Pack 01, I'll see in my travel. I'll see if I can find it. Maybe I'll get it in Quebec when I'm on my trip. Cheers to Cato's. It's a great value. Yes, absolutely. I tried it just because I want to try everything, and I found out that it's really a good blend. Jealous you guys can get Port Charlotte. Not so much in Ontario. Right now I can get Port Charlotte 10. And that's the core range Port Charlotte 10. That's nowhere near as good as the Port Charlotte 10 second limited edition was. And for a while there, for a couple of years, we were getting the second limited edition everywhere. It's as if BC Liquor bought up all of the Port Charlotte 10 second limited edition and was slowly, selling it off. Like I said, right now I can only get the 10-year-old. Maybe these special releases will be available at the 2021 BC Liquor Store Premium Spirits release in November of 2021. Maybe. We'll see. I'd like to get my hands on some more Port Charlotte special editions, but I haven't seen any for a while. What's going on here? Exactly it, Chris. If it's under 30-40, why not? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It all adds up to whiskey knowledge. Okay. Exactly at Food Quig. I completely agree. Personal experience is king and not what someone else says. Exactly what I'm getting at. Have found over time we have similar tastes. When you love something, I have too. Nice references as you do so many reviews. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm glad that our tastes are similar. The buyer for BC Liquor needs to come work for the LCBO. Even better, we should get rid of the LCBO. We should also get rid of BCL, and everyone should go private like they do in Alberta and bring in whatever they want. And we won't be at the mercy of these great big organizations who don't know shit about what they're selling. I need to bottle kill my Port Charlotte 10. It's been at 1 or 2 ounces for about 3-4 weeks now. Oh, do it. Do it. We've been going on for 2 hours and almost 10 minutes. I think that's reasonably good for me. I still have a lot of videos to catch up on because I've been busy the last 3 weeks at work. So I think I'm going to cut this pretty well short at this point. And see you next time. When that will be, I don't know. It's a shame, really, that Eric hasn't been able to join us for this one. And I'm sorry that he hasn't, but I have unboxed the samples. And when I try them, I'm sure that he'll comment when I actually taste them. on Sample Sunday videos. So it's been state-run liquor control must suck. Exactly. It does. Not only does it suck, it bites. And sucking is okay because it feels good. But biting hurts. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to spend all this time with all of you great people online. It's been wonderful. It's been a treat. And Slanchava, Foodquig, Donner Passin, everyone. Yes, Ben, I echo that. Slanchava, everyone. Have a good night.